So someone said for you Dynasty fans out there, don't drop Justin Fields because Terrell Pryor once had a 1,000-yard receiving season.
Betrayal scars, can't stop thinking about those stab wounds. We might not catch him today, but he gon' die soon.
Welcome to the Third and Wrong Week 3 recap and also a Week 4 prediction video. And we also have a few winners and losers this week. But we got the whole crew here today. Gage and Mikey and I are back at it finally. It's been a minute. But
Nope.
Gage, how have you been? It's I don't think we've seen you this season yet. So
No, you saw me after week 1.
um,
You just, it's been good. It's been good. I've had school start up. I've had work go through a crazy week. And, the Nick Chubb thing kind of threw a wrench into my life. But it's okay. We still live.
I think even bigger wrench in Nick Chubb's life. But
Yeah.
Mikey,
Talk about my fantasy, bro. My fantasy.
No, I'm not talking about fantasy. I
Fantasy,
texted
dude.
my uncle. He's one of my bosses, and I was like, "Do we get paid time off for like the death of a loved one because my fantasy team died with Nick Chubb tonight?"
oh gosh.
And
And a fantasy Super Bowl team at that too.
it was a fantasy Super Bowl team. It was
Anyways, Mikey, your Patriots are coming off of a win. How are you feeling today?
Feeling great. Tell you what.
You look great.
Great win.
You look like you have a lot of energy right now. I love it.
Yeah, I have so much energy right now. It's hard to keep it in.
Yeah. Well, it was a good week for me as well as a Colts fan. Spoiler alert. Colts won this week. We're 2-1. Top of the shitstorm AFC South. So
wait, hold up.
Gotta
Dylan.
love it.
Your team's 2-1.
we're 2-1.
Browns are 2-1. Mikey, how about the
1 and
Patriots?
2.
Oh,
Hey,
shoot.
hey, Gage, how's your fantasy team? 0-3. Oh, great, thank you. Boom roasted.
Dylan is so hyped because he finally had some bones produced for
Hey,
him.
we're above 500 for the first time in a while, so I'm pumped.
Ugh.
I'm also not too sad as well because we kept it very close with 2 Super Bowl contenders, and we shut down basically the Dolphins, who scored. Spoiler alert! We're gonna almost spoil it right now. They scored 70 points this week, and they definitely did not score 70 on us. So
If you
I'm
guys
happy.
haven't heard yet, the Dolphins scored 70 points, and Travis
Yeah.
Kelce dating Taylor Swift.
Yeah, in case you've
Just
been
in case
living
you
under
guys
a
were
rock.
wondering.
Yeah. Well, we are going to be talking, like I talked about at the beginning, we're going to be talking about the Week 3 recaps, all the different games that went on. We'll spend a little bit more time on the teams that we root for. We'll spend a little bit of time on the more important games, and then we might, skim over some of the crap out there. So after that, like I said before as well, we're going to be doing our winners and losers for the week. We each get one winner and one loser. And then we will be doing a prediction for week 4. So stay tuned for that. And let's kick it off with the Thursday night game for the New York Giants and the San Francisco 49ers. I have the box score pulled up here so you can kind of see the overview for a lot of the offensive stats here as we talk about them. But I feel like this game, the Giants just never really had a shot, but at least they put up points this game. So I do think that's a bonus.
12 points. Wow, that's incredible.
That's better than 0. So, I mean, at that point.
Yeah, hey, I guess so.
I mean,
Go ahead, Gage.
keep going, Mikey. No, keep going.
I was going to say, it was a good game when your leading receiver had 32 yards.
I mean, in all fairness, we kind of all knew it was going to happen.
Oh, yeah.
They've been looking terrible. They played 2 good quarters, and that was against the Arizona Cardinals, which you should show some, I guess, like a little bit of. It is an NFL team, but still, like they've looked like the worst team in football, apart from 2 quarters this season.
Which is a weird, triage. So they have the Giants, Cardinals, and Cowboys all played each other this year. Giants beat the Cardinals. Cardinals beat the Cowboys. Cowboys beat the Giants. Kind of weird.
Any given Sunday, baby.
For real.
Yeah, literally. Figure it out.
Yep. Divisional games are always the wash. You never base how good your team is based on divisional games.
Unless
No,
you
I'm
get
just-
blanked by them and give up 40 points and give up 2 non-offensive touchdowns. And yeah.
Yeah, unless your quarterback's Daniel Jones and you think
Yeah.
that you shouldn't pay him and you still pay a ton of money.
Good thing
No
they
one
did,
talks about
dude.
that though.
Good thing they did, because you can get results like 22 for 32 for 137 yards. And
Yeah.
it pushed.
In all honesty, you're playing the 49ers. I mean, you might as well just accept.
Well,
that
okay, so
get-
Let's,
the only other argument about that, though, just for Daniel Jones's sake, is he's 60% completion rate, or above that. He's near 67. He has Darius Slayton, Gary Brightwell, Paris Campbell, Wandell Robinson off of an injury. I mean, Darren Waller should be producing more than this, but this, like we talked about this before the season started, that this is a trash wide receiver core, and he also lost Saquon Barkley, so they don't have to worry about the run at all. So, I mean, to Daniel Jones' credit, like, he's not playing great because he just doesn't have anything great around him.
I mean, neither does Mac Jones.
Yeah, but he's not playing great either. Like, he's doing
Yes,
okay.
he is.
He barely beat a Jets game, or Jets team.
The
What,
Jets have a good
15 to
defense.
12? Yeah, 15 to 12, so he wasn't playing amazing.
He
There's
did not
also
play amazing
one
that
of the
game.
storm games that.
Yeah, it was also super rainy.
15-10, sorry. I gave the
And
Jets 2 points
he
extra
still threw for over 200 yards.
there. He did a good job. I'm not saying he did bad.
But I'm just saying.
But I would still rather have Hunter Henry,
I would take Darren Waller over
Kendrick Bourne.
Hunter Henry. No.
Well,
I'm just saying,
That's-
just the weapons that the Patriots have are still better than what the Giants have.
Well, let's focus on who actually won the game. The
Yeah.
49ers are probably the best team in football, period.
No,
Yeah, do we need
that's
no,
fair.
no. I don't know if that's
Who?
period yet.
I think it's Colts.
Miami Dolphins just put up the most points in like forever. Top
And I
3
would
points
love-
scored ever.
I would love to see them try
They're
to do
3-0.
that against the 49ers defense. So are the 49ers.
Yeah, I know. I'm saying like,
The 49ers have done it for multiple years in a row now, though.
yeah,
The
but
Dolphins-
I don't think the
for
Niners
weeks
are.
last year as well.
The Niners aren't clear and above better though. Like it's not.
The Niners
You're-
offense can put up points, and then their defense is top 3,
The Dolphins have a pretty good defense too.
not top 3.
So
I would say that the 49ers have a top 5 offense and a top 3 defense.
I don't think they're a clear cut like you were trying to say though of like they're the best team in the NFL. I think
if we were ranking them like college football, they would be ranked.
I'd
number
put the
one to
team
start
that
the
put
season.
70 points up on an NFL team as the better team right now.
Okay, that's fair. I mean, I guess you
Yeah.
can argue either way. Well, they're 1 and 2 right now, so
Yeah, for sure.
yeah.
They're
One
I
day,
would say
one
they're
game.
the Super Bowl favorites right now for
Yeah.
each of their conferences. Anyways, we can move on to this next game here. We are going to be talking about the, Gage's team versus the Titans. So we got. Let me pull this up here. I fudged that one up. Okay. So Cleveland Browns versus Tennessee Titans, 27-3. Good on the Browns to have a top defense in the league, arguably top 5 at least. And Amari Cooper went off, had a great game. Deshaun Watson definitely improved on his first 2 games, so give it to him on there. And the Titans are predictably not that great. Gage, how do you really feel? I guess that's how Gage really feels. He had one good game. Sweet.
Yeah, and he looked like the old Deshaun Watson. I mean, I'm just saying. It was pretty impressive, and it's not like the Titans are like this like terrible team. Like they play teams tight every single week. They're that team. You're like, we got the Titans. They're not going to blow us out of the water. Why is this game a 1-score game? Why are they beating us right now? Like, what the heck's going
Kind
on?
of like the Steelers.
They eliminate you. Yeah. Like
Oh,
they
wait,
play
you lost
good
to the Steelers.
football. It's the Steelers. Congrats. Kenny Pickett's still ass. But yeah, like honestly, like who? Like, it was a great game, and Dylan's saying like top 5 defense. They are the number 1 defense. They've given up 1 touchdown through 3 games. 1 touchdown. They've held 3 quarterbacks to under 150 yards passing. They've held 2 quarterbacks under 100 yards passing. They held the Titans yesterday to under 100 yards total. They held Derrick Henry on 11 touches to 20 yards.
Okay, they
dominating.
held a crippled quarterback to nothing. They held Kenny Two Gloves Pickett to nothing. Who scary. And then Ryan Tannehill to nothing.
It's NFL teams. I'm sorry. You guys let CJ Stroud tear you up.
I'm just giving you
I mean,
credit.
like, it's football.
No, they're top 5. They're top 5.
They're number 1 right now, period. Like, it is, like, statistically insane what they are doing right now. And Myles Garrett is on another level. He's dribbling and crossing over fat linemen like it's nothing. He's running back and forth across the line, making teams call timeouts because their tight ends are getting tired chasing him back and forth to try to block
I
him.
saw that. That was unreal.
I mean, it was a great game. And they did it on the 24th. They won by 24 in honor for number 24, Nick Chubb.
Oh my gosh.
It just makes me feel good, you know? Makes me happy, makes me smile.
And your coach drove to the hospital to give the game ball to Nick Chubb. It's so cute.
Yeah, he
On
was
the
probably
24th.
extremely monotone with no emotion when he did it. That's pretty sure.
Yeah, but I will give credit to Amari Cooper. He had some wide open routes that he ran, and Deshaun Watson got him the ball. That was good for him.
Don't take away what Amari Cooper does. He gets wide open because he shakes you off of the line.
Yeah, I said Amari Cooper got some wide open routes. Like he got himself wide open.
You said it all condescendingly, like, oh, lucky.
Oh, I meant condescending for Deshaun Watson because
okay.
he was just so wide open.
Oh, okay.
But no, I think the Browns just still need to have more of a, they need to have a better identity than what they had this game on offense. Like obviously, scoring 27-3. Oh my gosh, these ads are just so annoying.
And it should have been another touchdown if,
Yeah.
the refs, could see directly 2 feet in front of him. That was terrible.
Well, the out
The
of
one
bounds.
where he called him out of bounds when he
That
was
was
like a
rough.
whole foot inside.
I just mean to say, like, without Nick Chubb, it seems like it's hard to get running going. Obviously, the Titans are one of the better run defense teams, so
I saw a stat like they are like the number 1 running defense in the since last year forward.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
I mean, it's not all doom and gloom here, but I do hope Jerome Ford bounces back. So good game. Congrats on being 2-1. Where are you guys at on the division then? Who's with you at 2-1? Just the
The
Ravens?
Yeah, it'll be the Battle of the North this
Cool.
week. Whoever wins that is first place.
Nice.
So
Well, let's move on to this next game if you don't mind.
I'm more than fine.
Let's go.
Browns have the best
Falcons,
football.
Lions.
Falcons Lions, right? Is that
Yes.
what we're on right now?
Yep.
All right. So if you watched our channel a couple years ago, back when we started, we did not understand the hype on what's his name? Malik
Desmond Ridder?
Willis.
Oh, Malik Willis.
Malik Willis, Kenny Pickett, and we're like, dude, Desmond Ritter looks like he might be the better quarterback of the 3, blah, 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 blah. And we went up and down, and I think he finished second. Yeah, we were completely wrong. He looks terrible. Beyond terrible. He looks terrible.
He was missing some pretty deep
and
shots
he's done
too,
that
right?
all season long. They've been winning games in spite of him, and that's impressive for how good the Falcons have been playing. They've got a really good offensive line, great run game, great defense. They're set up for a good amount of time. So kudos on them. But Ritter is not the guy.
Well, that being said, too, give credit to the Detroit Lions here, who were extremely depleted on the defensive line, holding Bijan and Algier to 33 and 12 yards respectively. No rushing touchdowns. The longest one was 11 yards. So,
And they get 7 or 9 sacks or something like that in the game. It was one of those numbers. They had 7 or 9.
7 sacks
pretty
for
nice.
for the Lions. Aiden Hutchinson got 2 of them, so he's kind of getting back to his normal pace here.
Defensive player of the year.
Jack Campbell with a sack. Charles Harris. Derek Barnes. Wow. Ali McNeil. Benito Jones. I didn't realize Benito Jones was on the Lions. That's a great game for the Lions. They got the passing game going again. Jameer Gibbs got 80 yards rushing, which is respectful. It looks like the Lions are kind of getting back into the groove. They would look like last week they were kind of pushed off of that pretty hardcore.
Yeah.
The Detroit Lions are back. They're 2-1. Any other words on this matchup? It kind of was cut and dry here.
It was a dry game, but that's not a bad thing. Like the Lions came in after not a heartbreaking loss, but a tough one to swallow in overtime against the Seahawks, especially with that hold on Hutchinson on the last play.
Yeah.
And they came in and they did business. It was a lot like the Browns game. Like you did what you were supposed to do, you shut down what they were supposed to do, and it wasn't close the entire time. And when you can do that, you can have kind of a relaxed game. So, I mean, it's a full-on dominating performance in a non-70-point head-top kind of way.
Yeah. And I think that's what Detroit wants these games to be. So
Any team would take a 20-6 win and
for sure.
move on to next week.
Well, if no others, let's move on to our next game here. We got the Green Bay Packers and the New Orleans Saints here. So, kind of a surprising one. I kind of count the Packers out of the game until they scored all of their points in the fourth quarter. Jordan Love had a little bit of a shakier game than we've seen last 2 weeks, but he was able to seal the deal there in a clutch fashion. Derek Carr got hospitalized. Yeah.
He's okay, by the way. It is like something shoulder spasm or like strain or something, and you'll be fine. I don't know why I'm spacing on it.
Apparently, he avoided like a season-ending injury.
Yeah, it's something with his shoulder, and it's just, can he handle the pain? If he can handle the pain, he can play. Yeah, something like strained rotator cuff or something like that.
Well, we got to see some Jameis Winston action. Wasn't enough. Chris Olave topped 100 yards again. The Saints don't look bad though. I think if Carr was able to finish that game, maybe that ending would be different.
I think so, because he went out like beginning of the third. You gave him a whole quarter and a half, and the Saints kind of just fell apart after that. Kudos on Love, though. They fumbled the bag last week in the fourth quarter, let the Falcons come back around and keep it close when it shouldn't have been, and then this week they've done the back. So, I mean, is Jordan Love legit?
No.
He's got time, though.
It's not fair if he is. I just want to put that out there. It is not fair.
Well, the other thing, too, to kind of point out here, Green Bay receiving, second-year Dubs.
Yeah.
First year, Jaden Reed. First year, Luke Musgrave. First year, Dontavian Wicks, if I'm not mistaken. And then second year, Samori Torres down there. I'm not sure about Patrick Taylor and a few of those other guys, but just pointing that out, they got a good young wide receiver core for Jordan Love here. And, hopefully they can kind of keep this roll going that they seem to have now with Jordan Love. So, yeah.
You should just work on that deep ball a little bit. It was getting a little wayward out there.
Wayward.
And you know what? They're doing it. Like, he looks good. I don't know. I'm excited for Thursday. That's going to be a fun game.
Who's Thursday?
Lions and Packers.
Oh, wow. Yeah, that will be
Good
fun.
game.
A good one.
Next game here, if you want to call it that. The Miami Dolphins had a scrimmage, and the Broncos happened to show up. Just an unbelievably lopsided game. Just
Worst coaching job in history, Nathaniel Hackett. How dare you?
Yeah. Yep. I mean, I just don't understand the Broncos, man. I don't get it. Like, I get that they're bad, but I I'm shocked that they're this bad. If that makes sense, like there's got to be
Well,
something going on.
this is like
what we're seeing.
early 2000s, 2010s Cleveland Browns bad.
Oh boy.
Like
Yeah.
it is so dysfunctional. Everyone doesn't like each other. The coach thinks he's like the hottest of all get out, and he's above everything. I mean it's bad, and I find it funny. I mean, screw you guys. I could care less. Broncos fans have no love lost for Browns fans, and I'm sure it's vice versa. But I mean, I get where you guys are coming from. It does get worse. I promise you that 70 point, like that's a really bad one. It gets worse when it's compounded every single week.
Yeah.
So I do feel for you there because it is not a fun time, but still.
Wow. I was just shocked. Like I was shocked when it was like 35-0 at half, and I was like, okay, wow, like that's bad. And then they went and did another 35. Ugh. Well, I guess it wasn't 35-0, 35-13 at half.
Yeah.
My bad.
But good on the Dolphins. I mean, they're legit. Mikey might have to suck it up and eat it about the 201. I think
We'll see. Still early.
because I don't know if you could end up calling an MVP garbage. Because if he plays half of what he's been doing, that's what he'll end up being.
Oh yeah. All right. Well, that's
We'll
there's,
see.
There's a lot.
Touchdown Tyler Higbee.
Perfect. Oh yeah.
Oh,
In case
no.
anyone's watching, we're recording this as Monday night wraps up.
Yeah. Never mind. The the Bengals got in a really good timeout. Called the timeout right before they snapped it. It looked like somebody just wasn't even lined up on Tyler Higbee.
Wow.
We
Okay,
got it.
so we got this next one here. Actually, a pretty decent game, even though it took forever for a regular 40-minute game or however. But is it 40 or 60? 60 minutes.
60.
Yeah, the Chargers versus the Vikings. 28-24. Justin Herbert 40 for 47, 405 yards,
Mikey?
3 touchdowns.
What's up, dude? What?
Hello? What? Gage? Gage. Gage. Gage.
You've lagged out or something.
Oh, he lagged the hell out.
Mikey? What?
Wow, dude.
Wow.
What?
You're like, Mikey?
And then you lag out.
Yeah, I was like, dude, what the heck? Like, you guys froze. So, are we still recording? We still
Yeah,
in it?
you're good.
Yeah.
So just so you guys know, I've got Google Fiber, right? And we've got a couple of stations. My sisters are going crazy right now with Halloween decorations, and they have done this house up like none other. It's quite frustrating. But they're covering these things that produce our Wi-Fi, and I'm like, you guys realize you can't do that.
Yeah.
Stop. They keep doing it. It's pissing me off. And so my Wi-Fi, I'm in the back of the house, and now I've got none, and I get cuts like this. So.
Boy. But yeah, Justin Herbert had 40 completions, 47 attempts, 405 yards, 3 touchdowns. Keenan Allen also threw a touchdown, 49-yard touchdown there. Just to kind of throw that in there. Keenan Allen, along with his throwing touchdown, had 215 yards receiving, 18 receptions at the ripe old age of whatever he is. It's impressive.
32.
Yeah, it's impressive. So,
This game is 31.
oh wow.
Yeah.
Mike,
Of course, I play him. So
yeah, Mike Williams out for the year after
Yes,
having
he
a
is.
100-yard receiving game and a touchdown. Tore ACL, like Mike said, and 30 yards rushing. So the Chargers have just abandoned the run game. But I feel like it was a relatively good game. Surprisingly, the Vikings are 0-3. The Chargers get their first win, 1-2. Justin Jefferson doing the same old 150 yards receiving and a touchdown. So
a couple things from this game. first, it was quite funny. I was texting in our group chat, and I was like, "Who's going to outcharger who? The AFC Chargers and the NFC Chargers?" Because it just seems that both of these teams just decide to stop playing in the fourth quarter. Every single time they get a lead or they go down, and they're like, "Oh, hey, we can come back. We can actually play football."
Yeah.
It's quite embarrassing. Brandon Staley is going to get fired at the end of this year, and if he isn't, you're just wasting Justin Herbert.
Yeah.
Two, I was talking with my uncle today, and he brought up something. Kirk Cousins to the Jets.
Yeah, people have been saying that. It's just not going to happen.
Well, then he talked about it. What if they lose again? I mean, it's not like they have an easy week.
The Vikings?
Yeah, they'll be 0-4.
Yeah, but
And it's
the
Kirk Cousins
Jets will
last
be
year.
1-3, and then you're getting Kirk Cousins to a team that's already down the hole pretty bad,
Right.
and you're giving up
But
draft
he-
capital that you'll
he-
need.
I don't know.
I
Maybe.
think the
Just
Jets
something I was
just
like,
sit in their
that's
bed.
kind of interesting.
Yeah, no, it could be. I just don't think it's going to happen personally.
Oh, and great. We get to have Monday Night Football with the Giants again because the Giants have been so good. We should put them on primetime games every effing week. I'm so tired of the NFC East.
Yeah,
being
it's
tiny.
hard.
Bro, they play football.
Yeah, I mean the Chargers, they got to do more than what they're doing. You can't just go out and expect a 40 for 47 performance from Herbert every game. You're not going to be playing the Vikings wet tissue paper defense. So
Seriously.
these teams are in trouble, even though Chargers looked good in this win. So good for them. We'll move on to Mikey. Patriots versus the Jets. Ugly game. Wet game, as you said earlier.
Yes.
Ugly game. I'll kind of just go off the stats here. 15 for 29, so nearly 50%. 200 yards, a touchdown. Zach Wilson, 18 for 36, also, about 500 there. 157 yards. Just an ugly game all around. Obviously, Patriots had a good rushing game, 157 yards rushing compared to 38. And then Pharaoh Brown broke the big 58-yard catch, the good old
Yes, he
Y pop.
did.
Yeah, surprise out of nowhere there. But, Mac Jones is still probably the dirtiest player in the league. So he's keeping that up this year.
Did he do something else? I didn't really watch. I was at a golf tournament during this game.
So there's a video that Sauce Gardner put out because there was a little bit of a scuffle. And then
Sauce put it out.
Sauce put out a video, and it shows Sauce pushing Mac Jones to the ground after the whistle and everything like that. But the reason why he posted the video is because Mac Jones sack taps him, and so
nice.
that's why Sauce pushed him out of the way. And so Sauce posted that video, says, "Just so I don't get fined, here's the video of what happened." So
He hit me in my private parts.
Mac Jones is a dirty player. I think we've established that in the past.
Yeah. He's probably up there with Minka Fitzpatrick at this point.
I think I might have found it. Here we go.
Yeah.
Oh, and by the way, Minka talking. But we'll get to it. We'll get to that.
Yeah,
later.
yeah,
We'll
yeah.
get to that later.
But one of the things that I think is just nice with this year's Patriots, the one thing that you can say is they want to spread the ball around. They don't have a favorite, player, whether it comes to, Ezekiel Elliott getting 80 yards and Ramondre getting 60, or no one having more than 4 catches.
Okay.
It's crazy, but that's how New England likes to win. They like to score least amount of points possible in their wins. Mikey, what are your thoughts? Yeah.
What are my thoughts? I told y'all we were going to win.
Yeah.
All
Was
right.
it? That's 15 in a row now.
15 in a row.
15 in a row.
Now, you wait, though. You get to play them one more time this year.
I'm not worried.
I wouldn't be.
It's going to be Zach Wilson again. What
One-
we do.
Okay, so the one thing I was talking about today with someone was we were talking about Robert Saleh, is he on the hot seat, and to what extent?
No, that's this year's not his fault.
But the one thing though is you have first and second year players screaming at each other on the sidelines, and you don't have that rained down. You don't have control over your team, and you're going out getting blown out.
It's just immaturity.
Exactly.
Yeah, but you can't control.
Yeah, you can.
Yeah.
You
No,
said
you
you
cannot
said a
you
culture.
cannot-
That's allowed
Yes,
right now.
you can, but
That's been allowed for the last 3 games.
You also can't control players' emotions. Like you can't.
You can set a culture that doesn't
you can,
allow
but that doesn't mean everyone's going to follow it. And if they're first
Exactly.
and second year's players, guess what? They're not going to be making the rosters then.
Yeah, but I'm saying you got Garrett Wilson, Brees Hall,
Yeah,
Michael Carter, all yelling at each other, yelling at coaches. Like, to me, that reflects a leadership issue in the team more than it does,
All right, well,
that's
first of
just
all,
what young kids are going to do.
Were they yelling at Nathaniel Hackett? Because that makes sense because he
They're
takes the short bus to
Yeah.
the facilities
They're
and wears a
yelling-
helmet so he doesn't lick the windows.
They're yelling at Zach Wilson, running back coach,
Oh.
Nathaniel Hackett. Like,
Can you blame him? I'd be yelling at Zach Wilson too.
Yeah,
bro.
but you don't-
suck ass.
Okay,
I'd be
but
yelling at him too.
we're not the Colorado Buffaloes. This is like, to me, you would want your
No,
team,
This year's not his fault.
huh?
No, he's not on the hot seat. This year's
I-
not his fault. Aaron
I
Rodgers
think he
didn't go
is.
down and could be present.
I
don't-
think
None of
he
this
is.
would be happening. None of this. Would
I think
be
you could say I think you can say it's like a dark horse candidate, but I don't think he's on the hot seat.
No, it's
He's
not
been
his
given. He's done. I don't know. I do think that he needs to rein it in. I think you saw it when Aaron Rodgers got hurt. That face, he just kind of lost it.
Yeah.
Like
Well,
the second Zach Wilson was
I think
running
he
out
just
there,
needs to
he
get
was
it back.
just like, "You got to be kidding me!"
Yeah, he just needs to bring it back in. I think he needs to set everyone down. Like, look, calm down. This is where we're at. We know Zach Wilson sucks ass, but this is
Yeah.
what we got.
but I think he should do that, and that's why I'm saying it is a lack of leadership that it's happening right now.
What I don't get is last year he was such a cancer to the locker room that you guys had to bench him and go with different quarterbacks all year long. But then you kept him because he's a first or second overall pick, and now he's starting without any like, oh hey, we need to do something about it. Like we're just gonna
Should've
ride
kept
with him.
Mike White.
Like you got to get rid of him. Like the kid just
Yes.
isn't good.
Well,
Yeah,
the other thing too, and again, this was a conversation I had earlier, is there's a reason why Aaron Rodgers didn't last four snaps is because of that offensive line is wet
Yeah.
tissue paper right now. I mean, Zach Wilson isn't making good decisions. I'm saying that. Like, I'm not saying he's making great decisions, but it's hard to make decisions when you're getting pressured 70% of the time. Like,
That's
no one can live in that offensive system. I don't think Nathaniel Hackett is hacking it as an offensive coordinator.
Sure.
Again, this is his second team where he's play calling, and he left Zach Wilson with basically one open receiver on a fourth down in the fourth quarter that was semi-open, and the other two were running basically clear routes, and the ball was caught at the line of scrimmage. Like, that doesn't happen with most offensive coordinators.
Well, let's take it back here for a second with Nathaniel Hackett. Like, is he Mike McDaniel or a great offensive coordinator? No, but that's not what you brought him there to be. He's a great offensive coordinator with Aaron Rodgers. He can work with Aaron Rodgers really well. They get along
but
with each other,
LaFleur-
and then he can scheme together.
LaFleur was the offensive coordinator. Like, Nathaniel Hackett had the golden zone, and that was like red zone, who was his specialty. Other than that, though, like that was LaFleur's system, and that was Aaron Rodgers' system. It wasn't like Nathaniel Hackett was game planning and setting up all these plays in the offseason and, getting his coordinators in a bunch. He was the coordinator, a part of the bunch. So I just think Nathaniel Hackett he doesn't have it as an offensive coordinator unless you have the magical Aaron Rodgers arm behind you. And at that point, there's a lot going on in New York that's just wrong, other than the defense.
And you know what? And losing only magnifies it.
Yep. Yeah. Anyways, we don't have to.
We spent way too much time on a team that's garbage.
Yeah.
So.
All right, next one here. Kind of another lopsided game. If you can guess, it's the Buffalo Bills versus the Washington Commanders.
There's quite a lot of those lopsided games. this
Yeah.
week.
Sam Howell comes back to earth. 4 interceptions, 9 sacks. The crazy thing is the Bills have one of the least pass rush, or sorry, the least blitz percentages of the league, and they're tied with the most sacks in the league right now. That's crazy. They're
Playing
not,
a rookie quarterback does.
yeah.
Like, it's funny because like the way that Sam Howell was playing so well is like they treated him like a normal guy. Like they weren't blitzing him, they weren't showing him different stuff. It was all very vanilla. And now you see the Broncos get 70 dropped on him. You're like, okay, that makes more sense. But like he's a young guy. He's shown that he's got an arm to do it. He's made good decisions. I mean, he's a first year guy. I know he was drafted last year, but like this is his first year playing. That you're gonna have that happen. This is just a come back to earth, like Dylan was saying, kind of thing. Like you guys are not ready yet, but you're getting there. You've got something there. And let's be real, this is more about the Bills. Bills have been written off for a while because of that first game, and people are talking trash and acting like they aren't the Buffalo Bills from the last 3-4 years. So
That's fair.
they came out and they played crazy. Josh Allen is playing lights out since one.
James Cook, 15 rushes, 98 yards.
And that's a good. That's 2 weeks in a row now of like really good rushing games from him.
Yeah, he's really stepped it up. I think the Bills are back to being playoff contenders. Everyone kind of wrote them off, but yeah, they'll be a wild card. I think the Dolphins, until further notice, have the AFC East on lock at this point.
Well, that's also another good game this week: Buffalo Bills versus Miami Dolphins.
Oh wow, yeah. Yeah, we'll get our predictions on that one here later. But yeah, no, this is a great game by the Bills. Great defensive game. Like we said, 4 interceptions, 9 sacks. That's unreal. That's great production out of your defense.
That's a fantasy winning week right there if you had Buffalo.
Yep. Any other words on this one before I move on to the next one? It wasn't too spectacular of a game.
No, I feel like a lot of games were like that this week. The teams that you knew were going to win came out and they won in like fashions like it was college football.
Which is
Which
a great
is not
segue. It's a great segue because this next one is the complete opposite of what we expected in that fashion. The Texans
let's
came out and just wrecked the Jaguars this week, which I don't think any of us. I think we all took the Jaguars in this game.
Yeah, all took the Jags.
Texans have a backup offensive line. All 4 out of 5 of them are injured right now. But CJ Stroud's sitting back and delivering. Rookie Tank Dell goes for 145 yards, along of 68 yards on a catch there, and he's just dealing. So he's keeping the ball, not turning it over. He's doing a really good job as a rookie with a less than ideal situation with no offensive line.
He reminds me of. Oh, let's go. Matt Stafford is elite, by the way. Anyways, he's reminding me of Joe Burrow coming into the situation that he came into for the Bengals. Like that Bengals was terrible. Offensive line, garbage. Wide receiver weapons were kind of like they're decent, but
T.
like,
Higgins was all
he had to
right.
make. Yeah, but he hadn't like had that year. Like he kind of made T. Higgins, right?
Yeah.
And you're seeing that like Stroud is coming in. Oh my gosh, another pick, dude! Holy cow!
Elite.
I mean, they got deflected at the line. They got deflected at the line.
Yeah, then don't throw it.
It's quite impressive. Like Stroud is legit, and he was our QB1 coming out of the draft. I have Baker Mayfield syndrome fear of drafting quarterbacks that are not toolsy and are short because you kind of have to be perfect.
He's 6'3".
I know. I was talking about Bryce Young. Like I would
Oh,
say,
yeah.
Bryce Young, like he has to be perfect.
Yeah.
Because of his sizing, and Stroud, he is like, yeah, he's playing incredible. And also MVP Trevor Lawrence, right, guys? That's what everyone was saying.
Yeah.
That was
They
people
came
were
back.
saying.
Because they came back on the Chargers. Like, not everyone else has done that.
So I gotta pull up something here just so we can talk about it. But Brevin Jordan, he had this tweet posted by PFF. He had a quote saying, "The best thing to happen to the Houston Texans organization was us beating the Indianapolis Colts last year in that last game of the season. 7 is the guy." Which, good for them getting CJ Stroud. Like we're praising them here. But if we're being honest here, they could have had the first overall pick. They could have still traded for Will Anderson. So they could have still gotten their guys, those 2 guys, but they let the Colts get Anthony Richardson for free. So, I mean, technically, it would have been better if they just lost that game. But
Yeah, they're not too worried about that.
Yeah, they're not too worried. But I'm just saying,
they got their edge rusher.
they could have done it in a better fashion. But shout out to Stroud, like I said before the season. CJ Stroud's probably going to be the best quarterback as far as passing numbers goes, and it's looking to be that way right now. So good for them. The AFC South is 1-2, except for the Colts, which I love it. But yeah, no, it was a big surprise. Doug Peterson took over play calls at the halftime, and that's when they went and scored their only points. So I think that's going to be another thing going on, is Doug Peterson retaking control of that offense.
Yeah. Yeah, it was a rough game for the Jaguars, and they need to learn how to become consistent because it's getting pretty bad.
Yeah. No, it is. It's not great for them. I mean, to be fair, they did lose to the Chiefs. They beat the Colts. So this one is just a little bit out of nature for them.
It's the way they're doing it though.
Yeah. But I don't think Trevor Lawrence has beaten the Texans yet.
Nope, and he's looked terrible every time.
That's weird. So weird. It's just like the Colts against the
It's divisional
Jaguars.
football.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
Anyways, good games from Travis Etienne. Good game from, CJ Stroud. Let's see, Tank Dell. Kind of, that's about it. Any last thoughts before we go on?
Mikey.
What?
Okay, no last thoughts then.
Okay.
We are going to go talk about my Colts here. I started taking a shower at about a minute and a half left of the game, or however. Whenever Gardner Minshew took that safety, I was like, okay, well, that's game over. We better go get ready for the day and everything. So hopped in the shower, and a few minutes later, my wife's like, hey, they got the ball. I was like, what? All right. So I hopped out of the towel and watched somehow as the Colts got into overtime, and then somehow managed to let Matt Gay kick 4 50-plus yard field goals to beat the Baltimore Ravens. So, surprise win. I'm not mad about it. I was not expecting to win this game, but it was a great defensive effort by the Colts. Not so great of an effort by the Ravens and the refs altogether. So, kind of an ugly game, but the Colts are 2-1, and I am not mad about that.
Neither am I. Thank you, Baltimore, the original Baltimore
Yeah,
Colts.
we stole that game like we stole the Colts.
Damn.
But no, the funny thing about this is there's a lot of beef right now on Twitter with all these Ravens fans complaining about Zay Flowers getting held at the end of the game. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Who's heard of a NFL game ending on a bad call? That's
Tell that to the Saints.
But no,
Jay Flowers getting held. How about a receiver getting absolutely murdered on the sideline before the ball even got there?
it's just
Oh no!
it's just
Christ on the
well, and you have RG3 posting a picture of Zay Flowers getting held, and then everyone in the comments is posting a picture of Michael Pittman with a hand on his face mask as he catches a ball to go in for the winning field goal. So shut up.
I still don't think a lot of people understand there's holding on every play in the NFL.
Yep. There's PI on nearly every play as
They
well.
only call like the very super obvious ones, and sometimes they just let 'em
Sometimes
play.
they miss it too.
Sometimes
And
you
you know,
just gotta let 'em
sometimes-
play.
I would be complaining too. I know I'm a fan. I know how it goes, but
Yeah.
I'm not mad. So
And, I mean, at the end of the day, you're gonna let it ruin your day.
Yep.
Just football. So
The other thing though, Zach Moss, 30 carries, 120 yards, very steady game. Josh Downs had 8 catches, moved the ball down the field on some important third downs there. So some good returns on Josh Downs. Our team had 4 sacks. I thought we had more than that. We had 3 forced fumbles, 2 recoveries, or was it 4 fumbles, 2 lost? That's right. Yeah, Kenyon Drake got stripped. Lamar Jackson got stripped. There was a missed snap, and then Lamar recovered one of his lost fumbles. So overall, I think a great defensive effort. Zaire Franklin is leading the league. I think he has 38 solo tackles already. I forget what his number is on total tackles, but he's leading the league right now. He's on pace for, I think, 260 total tackles on the year, which is an absurd pace.
Good Lord.
Yeah. So the Colts defense is no joke right now. We're waiting for Anthony Richardson to get back, and a week after this Sunday, getting Jonathan Taylor back potentially, unless he's traded somehow. But yeah, I'm surprised the Colts are 2-1. I like Steichen. I'm glad we stole him away from the Eagles. He's already given us some good returns. So
What's next up on the list?
next one up, let's pull up here.
Panthers and Seahawks.
Yes, sir. Okay. Speaking of coaching and doing things right, Frank Reich is not that.
Are you still salty about him?
So I am so glad that we have Steichen, who just has accountability. A cornerback has a bad game, he's a healthy scratch. Running back has a bad game, he doesn't get a single snap and then he's cut. I just that just never happened with Frank Reich, because he would just sit there and just well, sooner or later he's gonna be good. Sometime we're waiting for that. And yeah, so I mean, obviously Carolina has a bottom 3 roster right now. Andy Dalton did have a decent performance, 34 for 58, 360 yards passing, 2 touchdowns. Rushing game wasn't there for the Panthers, but the Seahawks had a great game from Geno, great game from Kenneth Walker, DK Metcalf, 6 yards, 112 yards receiving. So just a lot of good talent in this game, but the Seahawks, unsurprisingly, take this one at Seattle.
Yeah. We talked about Bryce Young a little bit beforehand, but it's not good when Andy Dalton comes in on a week's notice and is outplayed
Yeah.
Bryce Young significantly.
Well, and Bryce Young, I feel bad for the dude, because I don't want anyone to do bad because it's livelihood stuff. But Bryce Young was lined up on the right guard, and was it Miles Sanders had to push him over to being behind the center? I know that happens, but it just seems like he has just so much going on that he just it's just too much right now.
Yeah, I think a lot of the pressure's getting him or something, which is kind of surprising because he's been in those moments, he knows. But I don't know if it's the fact of being the number 1 overall pick and these people setting the form and you're the franchise guy, you got to do this, you got to play hero ball and make everything happen right now, and
I think it's
something.
the fact that he is not athletically built for playing in the NFL. And then he's not. And then he's not
Sucks.
used to not having the most talent at all times.
Yeah. And
It
offensive
takes
line is
some
a
time.
struggle.
Yeah, and we talked about it earlier too. I don't think Bryce Young's going to be bad by any means. I just don't think that he was better than C.J. Stroud.
He's not.
Uh,
He's not going to be
I
that
should
good in the
preface
NFL.
that. But we did talk about how Bryce Young and C.J. Stroud both probably weren't going to have great years because their offensive lines look terrible, and you're already lined up behind the 8 ball, and then you give them those offensive lines. It's going to be rough.
Yeah.
But yeah, good on the Seahawks. They're in a barn burner with a Panthers team, so
Outlasted them.
They did. Gino's still looking like Gino half the time, so it's good for them.
Yeah,
Because
the
he'll
ones-
do some like normal things, and then I think he tries to play like outside of himself, and then he does some like really stupid things. You're like, what are you doing? Why are you doing that? But it'll be fun.
The
They're
next
good.
game, we sure heard a lot about what wasn't happening during the game. But Chicago Bears, Kansas City Chiefs, unsurprising result. They were up, what was it, 41-0 at one point. So,
this is correct.
It was so
Yeah.
bad, Fox turned it off.
wow.
They cut like my little brother was watching it on YouTube TV, and he had like all the games, and he's like, "Why aren't they pulling up anymore? It's just showing the same game as the other screen. It's just showing the Dallas Cowboys Arizona Cardinals game." Miles, they cut it. They're done.
Wow.
Like, this is bad. Just turn it off of television. Unless you're in the area, just turn it off.
So a coach that actually is on the hot seat, Matt Eberflus, just not good results defensively since he's been there. Obviously, what Justin Fields has gone through is not great either. The Bears are looking to reset. Do you think they go for Caleb Williams, or do you think they bring in someone like Eric Bieniemy, be the head coach?
Well, let's just put it this way: if they stay with Justin Fields, I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
Like, that would be the Bears thing to do. Be like, no, it was this guy. It was Eberflus. Let's give him one more chance.
Yeah.
Like, Justin Fields has had guys wide open, and he can't process it. He
Well,
literally just can't see it.
There was a report that they are like staying up at night trying to figure out how to be better, and it's like, why are you not doing that before? Like, I feel like that's the gig if you're a coach in the NFL, is you're basically living in your office during the season. So
They are a team that fell victim to the own media hype. They started to believe their own hype, and now they're like, oh crap, what is going on? And they can't figure it out.
yep. I mean, it's rough. Justin Fields is still young. I feel like you want to hope that he can figure it out, but
He didn't process great reads at Ohio State either.
Yeah.
He often just took the guys that were the widest open. You can't do that in the NFL. And now that he has those guys that are like that wide open, he's still not even throwing the ball to them. I am fully out on Justin Fields.
Do
He may
you
be
think?
okay for fantasy, but he will not be a quality NFL starting
Do
quarterback.
you think the Bears win a game this year?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it is like you have to actively be trying to be dog shit to go 0-6. Like, it took the Lions having like 4 different quarterbacks, and it took the Browns actively trying to collect draft picks like infinity stones to go 0-16.
Mhm.
And they lost like 7 or 8 games that year in a row by like 5 points and under. So like they
wow.
were even close to like winning those games, and they lost. Like, you have to actively be trying to be terrible.
Yeah. 47
true.
points for 106 points against. They almost have a 60-point differential, averaging almost 20 points a game deficit. That's crazy.
Yeah. So
Well, yeah, not much of a game here. Chiefs great, good win, good job, Taylor Swift.
Taylor Swift's the biggest thing about it, okay? And that's sad to say as a football fan, but that's quite literally what happened.
Yeah. Next game, surprise game as well. Dallas Cowboys fall to the Arizona Cardinals. Josh Dobbs trolling on Micah Parsons today was great.
Who?
Josh Dobbs trolled.
What did he say? I had
Uh,
a long, busy
sorry,
day.
one
So
second. Micah Parsons said that he's putting up Josh Dobbs' name on a whiteboard and he's gonna be throwing darts at him or something like that. And Josh Dobbs put a video of him dodging darts. It said "Go Cards." No, go.
Pastornat for the win, baby.
It's
Love
hilarious,
it.
but the Cardinals looked like a complete team, which is weird. I mean,
They've played good every week.
yeah. I mean, Cardinals.
Yeah.
They slowed down Dak Prescott. Dak Prescott threw his
Dak sucks.
weekly red zone interception, so that was good to see him back in form.
Damn you, Kellen Moore. Oh shit. He's out there.
Loud.
Well, that was only his first interception of the year. All right, give him a break.
Oh, was
Yeah.
it? Okay.
And the
Yes.
clutch time.
I'm just
Yeah.
not surprised
Hey,
that
when it
that's
mattered,
what
yes.
happened. Yeah.
But he did.
He did throw any of the picks when he didn't have to do anything on offense because his defense won the games for
Yeah.
him. Oh, dog.
Yeah, because it only took like 20 snaps on offense.
Yeah. Man, I mean, I'm not a huge Stephen A. fan, but when he talks about the Cowboys, everything he says is like the epitome of how everyone feels if you're not a Cowboys fan.
Yeah.
You hate that team. And I'm so glad that was America's game. I love watching them get boat raced by the Arizona Cardinals. Oh, loved it.
All right.
Great
well,
game.
Not so great game. Sunday night. Why do they do this to us? The Steelers versus the Raiders. I
The
don't.
history. Bro, the people are dead that watch those games and
Yeah.
it mattered, okay?
Yeah.
That was so long ago. They're terrible. Oh,
You got-
and back to my fun point. Mika Fitzpatrick's not dirty, right? He only just flies in with his helmet trying to knock out Jimmy Garoppolo to his head. He may not be actively trying to kill people, but he's actively trying to put the hurt on people.
He's reckless. I think that's fair to say.
There's so many NFL players nowadays that just don't know how to tackle, and it's absolutely like
No. Mika does. He's shown us how he can, and then he's like, I've been bodied by Nick Chubb how many times? I'm just going to take his knee out. Oh, Jimmy Garoppolo's right here, free hit. I'm just going to smash my head into him.
Well, I know, but like if you just
I just
watch a
wanna hit.
bunch of games, dude, it's crazy. Like how many players just don't know how to tackle anymore, though. Not that they're actively trying to hurt someone. It's just like it's a terrible form, and I get it. You don't know how to tackle anymore because you don't want to get a flag for this when
I was gonna
he's
say,
going low and you're going low, and you're like, well, he went low, so I was trying to go low with them, but then I hit the so it all sucks. But like
I was going to
they
say,
gotta
like,
find a way to tackle.
how do you tackle? Because
Honestly,
you can
I
tackle
think nobody-
perfectly
it's not-
and it be not okay.
Never mind. It's not my fault. It's the safety's fault.
It's football. Yeah.
So, unsurprisingly, Pittsburgh rushed for less than 4 yards a carry. Najee with a good 19 rushes for
Richardson.
65 yards.
Trent Richardson 2.0.
Yep. I mean, Josh Jacobs not too hot himself. 17 for 62. Jimmy Garoppolo 3 interceptions, 4 sacks. Not a great game. Steelers. I mean, I think obviously their defense is what's winning them these last two games.
Hell yeah, dude. Dirty
they're
hits
off-
on the star players to take for the other team, bro. That's how I'd win as well.
But they got
they're-
But
they got a good-ish quarterback. I don't think Pickett's that bad, but he's just not special. He's a game manager, if anything, right now.
He's worse than Baker Mayfield.
Yeah,
I'll tell you
I
what,
just want to point
stop-
out,
Baker
Steelers
Mayfield
fans
is
were-
actually playing good, though.
Dude, Steelers fans were relentless for years. I will not let this down. You guys drafted a worse Baker Mayfield, and you talk shit.
Hey, the Browns were relentless about the Steelers quarterback for a long time, too, and the tables just turn, it seems like, so...
Hey, that's fine. Want to make fun of Deshaun Watson for his off-the-field activities? More than fine. Okay, I cannot defend that. Okay, just like Ben Roethlisberger will force you to go into a bathroom with him using his security guard.
Okay, we got it.
At least Kenny Pickett wasn't the first overall pick.
That's fair.
We'll make that its own video.
Okay, so that's the games. As of right now, Cincinnati is up 16-9. I'm gonna assume. Obviously, it's not finished yet.
Are they punting right now, though? I just went to commercial break.
It's end of third.
It's the start of the fourth now.
Okay.
Eagles won against the Buccaneers. We can
Not
go over that
surprising.
one real quick. Jalen Hurts, 2 interceptions, so kind of a surprise, but DeAndre Swift is a
And-
great running back, unsurprisingly.
In all fairness, Hurts hasn't played good all year.
Yeah,
He's
she's
kind of
Tiger,
looked
really.
poor all
As
year.
soon as they get that contract, bro, they're like, I'm done.
No,
No,
I
it's
mean,
losing your coordinator and having
Yeah.
to learn a new.
I guess this is true. He did
System
lose.
and
Yeah, I
everything.
forget.
but no, I think the Eagles will be fine. I mean, if all you need to do is do what they did against the Buccaneers for most of the year, they're going to coast to playoff berth, and at that point, it's kind of the guns. Who has more, and I trust that Eagles defense more than I trust most other defenses right now.
Yeah.
So
I mean, I made a lot of money today just betting against Baker. It sounds awful because I love Baker and I wanted him to do good, but like just looking how the Eagles play and then how Baker's done in his life, like this is just was not a good game for him. There's some teams and schemes that he's just not good against, and if you can get pressure on him with 4, he's gonna struggle big time.
Well, anyone should struggle if you're getting pressure with 4. But I think what Baker Mayfield, the few things that I saw from him this game, I thought he was doing a good job picking up the blitzes and getting the reads out early in the game at least. But he had like 2 or 3 drops that really hurt him. And then I think after that, it's just when you're trying to play catch up on that defense, it's really tough.
And that's where he struggles. When he feels like he's got to play hero ball is when bad Baker comes out. When he's feeling himself and he's just playing football, going through what he's supposed to. I mean, he's as talented as everybody or anybody, right? Like he's Baker Mayfield. He was an elite college quarterback because of how accurate and good he was. He can do it. He's just you got to play within yourself when you get into the NFL.
Yeah.
And he was forced out of that, unfortunately.
Well, congrats to those that held strong with Jamar Chase. He got 11 catches, 134 yards. So finally cashing in on that first round pick for some of you guys out there.
Right.
You put it better.
I'm going to assume that the Bengals win as of right now. So
it's still a full quarter.
Yeah. I'm just
It's
saying
only a 1-score game. It's close.
For our purposes, I'm not going to sit here for 15 minutes on the video. So I'm just going to say, if the Bengals do win, it's a good bounce back for them. The Rams, looks like Puka got wrapped up this game so far. 4 catches, 35 yards, kind of back to earth there. Matthew Stafford, 2 interceptions, kind of a tough game. But, yeah.
What are you gonna do?
What are you gonna do? So let's kind of go through our big
winners and losers.
Yeah, big winners and losers. Mikey, do you want to kick us off with your big winner and one winner, one loser?
Are we talking like individual players or teams?
Individual players, individual teams, whatever you want to highlight.
Man, I got nothing right now. Come back to me.
Okay. I will say big winner this week, Travis Kelce.
Jeez.
Actually, we should say Travis Kelce's mom has 2 NFL sons, and now has Taylor Swift as a potential daughter-in-law.
Bro, set herself up for life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She is cooking. But no, if I'm going to go legit with football, though, I would say big winner this week. I would gotta say Miami Dolphins. That's going to be... I'll say more specifically, Mike McDaniels was a ball boy for the Broncos. I'm sure everyone's kind of seen this already. Was a ball boy there. Yeah. Didn't get an interview in 2022 with the Broncos, and then went on to score 70 against his team. So, big winner there. Big loser. It's kind of a toss-up. I want to say...
the Ravens.
No, I was going to say... oh, shoot. Where was it? I'm going to go with the Cowboys, though.
Dang it.
Losing to the Cardinals, I think that's just a tough look. It's the Cardinals for, all intents and purposes. They're just not a great roster. So having your, state-of-the-art top defense go and, let the Cardinals score 28 on you.
Poop on you.
Yeah, that's kind of embarrassing. So I'll go with that as my winner and loser.
Okay. Mikey?
For my winner, I'm going to go with the Cardinals. Because it's a big win for them. Maybe they could spark something and take that into next week. Who they play next week? Let's find out real quick. I'm right here. Next week they play the 49ers. Okay, so they're not going to be taking that into next week, but they can sure as heck try. But maybe we can spark a little something.
Hey, we said that
Maybe.
about the
So-
Texans and the Jaguars, so you never know.
Yeah, you never know. Hey, any given Sunday, like we always say, but I'm going to go with the Cardinals on the biggest winners. Good win for them. Screw the Cowboys. I'm so tired of them and their fans every single year.
Normally
Yes,
I'd agree,
they'll
but
suck.
Rich coming from the guy wearing a Patriots hat and shirt.
That's fine. I'm not annoying, though. There's a difference. I'm not annoying.
Because you guys don't have Tom Brady anymore.
Yeah, but the Cowboys have never
Yeah,
had
20
anyone even close to Tom Brady, and they're still annoying.
Tony Romo, I'm just kidding.
Tony Romo when he was dating Jessica
Troy
Simpson.
Aikman, man, I
That's
tell
valid.
you.
Yeah, what? That was like.
Oh, let's go,
15 years
interception.
ago.
Rams just picked off Joe Burrow.
Oh wow.
It really
Biggest
was Joe
loser of
Burrow's
the
fault.
week.
Witherspoon just ripped the ball out of Boyd's hands. That was nuts.
Biggest loser of the week. I'm gonna go with the Justin Fields, dude.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I'm sorry, bro. You threw the ball 22 times, completed 11 of them for 99 yards.
That's
I almost got 100, though. He would have gotten extra fantasy points.
You, you, buddy, need to take a long look in the mirror and be like, "Am I shit or am I shit?" Because I need to quit playing in the NFL because I'm shit.
So someone said for you Dynasty fans out there, don't drop Justin Fields because Terrell Pryor once had a 1,000-yard receiving season.
With the Browns, by the way. Yeah.
Yeah, Fields will not be playing quarterback in the NFL much longer. He will be
You're
either
so
a
bad.
running back or a wide receiver here soon. So hold on to the man.
The Browns are so bad at drafting quarterbacks. They picked one up and then ended up being a wide receiver. I'm gonna be a homer here. I'm gonna say the Browns just because of the Nick Chubb injury.
God, Jesus.
That was on national television, right? It was a gruesome injury. It was pretty disgusting. And your season kind of seemed like it was in the balance, and they came back and they whooped some ass.
Against the potent offense of Ryan Tannehill and
Oh, man.
Don't care.
You kill me, bro.
Don't care. I said I'm gonna be a homer here, and I'm being a homer.
all right, who's your big loser? Who's your big loser?
Biggest loser got to be the Jacksonville Jaguars for me.
Really?
My biggest winner was gonna be the Texans, but I didn't want to do biggest winner Texans, biggest loser Jaguars, so I went the homer route. But the Jaguars, they not just this week, but they've been inconsistent all season. I mean, they beat the Colts, but they played really good, and then they let the Colts get back into it and get close and kind of stop. And then they played terrible all game long against the Chiefs and had 4 red zone drives that amounted to nothing. And then they went out and they played, the least talented on paper and, like the youngest team in their division. And they got just
Cooked.
beat bad, like handily. Like it wasn't even close. So they've had really bad consistency issues that they need to work on.
I'm going to go honorable mentions here. I'm just going to throw out two New York Jets just for being Jets fans. And then,
For the biggest losers?
yeah. And then I was going to say probably Bryce Young just for letting Andy Dalton go out there and playing a good game. So
Hey, good job, bro.
some honorable mentions there. But we talked about this at the beginning of the video, but we are also going to be doing predictions for week 4. I have the scoreboard up here for week 4, so we'll go and try and give a little bit of a surface level predictions on these. Probably not spend too much time on them, but kind of give you just our impressions on them. This is week 4, last week until the bye weeks are done, that all the teams are going to be playing during the week. So, get ready for that. Also, last week before Jonathan Taylor can actually get on the field. We're going to start off with a great Thursday night football game. Lions-Packers, heated division game.
Home or away? Who's
Both
home or
of them
away?
are 2-1. I think Packers are home. Yeah,
Yep,
Green Bay,
they're
Lambeau
Lambeau.
Field. So Packers, Lions. They're going to kick off the week. I'm going to go with the Packers on this one.
Oh.
Okay.
I'm going Lions.
If Ahmad Ross plays, but if he doesn't, then I'm gonna go with Packers. Answer this in the thing. We do our pick'ems, okay? And then we do it like a few days before. And I'm like, I pick this team if this guy plays. How is that a bad thing? Like, there's no the spirit of picking them. I'm like, I'm still picking the damn team.
Yeah, but you're
We-
gonna change it if this guy's out, or if this guy plays, or if this guy's mom can't make it to the game. I'm not
Oh
picking
my
him,
dude,
dude.
I'm tired of that crap. Whatever.
All right, all
If
right.
this dude doesn't get 8 hours of sleep, I want this team instead.
Who are you going with here?
Is David Montgomery still gonna be out?
Oh
Probably.
God. I'm just kidding.
I'm going Packers.
Okay. Packers, Lions. Okay.
Easy
London Jaguars host the Atlanta Falcons.
Jacksonville.
Okay, Jacksonville off early there. Gage.
Yeah, I'm going Jacksonville. They're
That's their home stadium.
football.
I'm going to go Falcons here. I think the Falcons played good in London, if I'm not mistaken, last year. So I'm not too worried about that.
It's the only
And
time Pitts can score.
what?
It's the only time Pitts can score a touchdown.
Exactly. So Falcons, they get to unlock Kyle Pitts out because he's not in America anymore. So I'm going to go
Okay.
Falcons on that one. Gage, did you already say the Jaguars?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Jacksonville.
All right.
They're the London Jaguars.
I don't know why this is not Sunday Night Football, but we got the Dolphins Bills in Buffalo.
Dolphins.
Okay, Dolphins.
Probably
Tua
because they
beats
were
them.
trying to not put Tua on national television as much as possible.
Ah.
Where is it at? Is it in Buffalo
Yeah.
or is it in
Yes.
Miami? Mikey, you picked the Dolphins.
I did pick the Dolphins. Tua's really good against the Bills.
I was gonna say I'm gonna pick the Dolphins this week, and when they play later on in the year when it's
Yep.
snowing, I'm taking the Bills.
Well, they're going to be playing in Miami when it's snowing later.
Oh,
So,
true. Yeah, they're.
Oh,
I'm going to go Bills on this one.
Bills. Yeah, I was gonna say I'm switching. I'm going Bills.
Bills
I might
getting
have to go
nine
Bills too, honestly.
9 sacks and 4 interceptions. Wait, was that the Bills? Yeah. I mean,
I'm
obviously it was
switching.
the
I'm going
Commanders.
Bills. I'm
Okay.
switching. I'm going Bills.
Are we all going
We're all
Bills on this?
Yeah, we're all Bills.
Wow.
I'm going Dolphins then.
Okay.
Just kidding.
Two
All right.
is 1-4 against the Bills. I misspoke there.
If we were going on just pattern recognition, this should be the Sunday Night Football game. Broncos versus Bears, because they're absolutely terrible as a matchup together. This is going to be
Do we have to pick one?
in Chicago. Yeah, I'm going Broncos on this one. Yeah.
I'm
Do it. You know you want to. Do
I-
it.
gonna go
Do
Bears.
Wow.
Yes, you are.
All right.
This is how we get
Ravens,
back in,
Ravens, Browns. I'm going to go
Browns.
Browns on this one.
Browns.
I'm also going Browns.
Yeah.
Yeah. Lamar Jackson. Go ahead and be that pocket passer all you want, bud. It'll be fun to watch.
Yeah.
Lamar can't
Um,
throw.
Yeah.
Yes, he can in intermediate passes when there's no one on him.
Yeah, and if the Colts can slow the Ravens down, I'm sure the Browns can at home. All right, next
By the
game.
way, the Browns have let up 6 points at
Cool.
home this season.
By the way.
They played the
Cool.
Bengals. They played the Bengals.
Good job. Bengals, Titans. Speaking of Bengals, this is going to be in Tennessee.
God,
Um, right now, trying to see what the score is. Is it still 9-16? So Bengals are still potentially winning this game. This is going to be in Tennessee. I'm going to go Titans on this one.
I
I
was leaning the same way.
just because I can't trust the Bengals right now.
That's how I am as well. But the Titans also kind of suck too. So
That's fair.
I'm gonna go Titans. Screw it. Come on, Tannehill.
Okay, Gage.
Hand it off to Henry.
Um, I'm gonna go Bengals. Bengals.
Bengals even it up at 500.
Yeah, I think
Tennessee.
so.
Ew.
Okay, another one of our teams. The Colts playing the Rams. Colts at home versus the Rams. I think this will be a good game. I hope Anthony Richardson's back. I'm gonna put my projection out there as if he is gonna be back from his concussion, and I'm gonna go Colts on this one.
Over who?
The
Over
Rams.
the Rams.
Oh,
I'm going Colts.
I'm going Rams.
That's fair. I do think it's gonna be close. I mean the Colts had a hard time against Trevor Lawrence, and Matthew Stafford could do just whatever Trevor Lawrence did. But you know,
I just think that the Rams are better than what people are saying. Like, I just think the Rams are an actually good team.
they're a good team. I think the
Uh,
Colts are also a good team.
I do think that as well.
Yeah.
I just think rookie quarterback Aaron Donald. I'm sorry, I'm going to take Aaron Donald.
Yeah,
They're
but this
gonna
rookie
win.
quarterback can like move.
He also can't finish a game.
Okay,
It's true.
we're 2-1, so
Right. I'm not saying anything
Yeah.
bad. I'm saying like, this is why I'm picking the Rams. Like,
yeah,
the Rams
that's fair.
are disruptive. I'm going to take the team that has proven they can be disruptive over a guy that shows that he can be good for 3 quarters and then not play the
Yeah,
rest.
but the Colts have the most sacks, and I think they also have the most forced fumbles, and they're actually a good defense too.
I think the Colts. I think it's going to be a close game. I'm just going
Yeah.
gut feeling, taking the quarterback that I trust to win games.
All right. Let's see here. Next game, Buccaneers Saints. A lot of division games this week. This is gonna be in New Orleans. We're gonna assume that Derek Carr is good to go. Seemed like he's good to go after this hospital visit.
Really?
That's what we were
It's
thinking.
either
Right?
him or James Winston, but it's going to be like a game time decision if he
Okay.
can handle it.
Oh, I thought I saw he was out
Shoot
for
up.
at least a couple weeks.
No, he's going to shoot up some Toradol and he'll be feeling just fine.
I'm going to go Saints here. Kamara will be back. I think they'll look more like themselves
Alright.
again, so I'm going to go Saints.
Yeah, that's who I'm feeling. I'm going Saints. It's another one of those games that Baker's going to struggle.
That's fair.
Defense
Also-
got heavy, quick pressure with aggressive corners.
I'm rolling Saints as well. I did not know Derek Carr was back already, so I changed my mind. I'm going Saints.
But this Monday, I still say we should be able to have the right that if Derek Carr's not playing, to switch it over to the Buccaneers.
Yeah. All right.
Monday, you're too
Commanders, Eagles here.
This is a tough one. Next.
Yeah, Eagles. I think we're all
Commanders.
going to take the Eagles here. You're going to take Commanders.
I'm just kidding.
Okay.
What an idiot!
Hey, I wouldn't put past you.
Hey.
Don't mess stuff either.
We're still in the Sunday morning games. We got Vikings at Panthers. 0-3 teams playing
Uh-uh.
in Carolina.
Can I call a tie now?
I'm gonna go Vikings on this
Yeah,
one personally.
I'm going Vikings. They'll get it together eventually for a game.
Yeah, I mean they have it together. They're not finishing and they're not closing it out. I'm going Vikings.
Okay.
They're going to close this one out.
Okay. We still haven't left the Sunday morning games. Steelers at Houston Texans. I'm gonna go Steelers just because of that defense, but I mean the way that Stroud's playing, I wouldn't put it past them to win this game either.
I'm going Texans because fuck the Steelers.
Yeah.
No analysis behind that. Just that.
There you go.
I'm going Steelers because Minka just throws his helmet at everybody's knees, so no one's going to be left to play for the Texans. So I'm going to go Steelers.
Ooh.
Just kidding. I'm going Texans, dude.
Wow.
Steelers.
Okay. Raiders at Chargers.
Oh,
I'm gonna go
Ooh,
Chargers.
Tough one.
I'm gonna go
I think the
Chargers.
Chargers are going to be up by a lot for a while, but how long are they going to keep that lead?
Yeah, for real.
And they
I'm
just
gonna go
lost-
Chargers though.
They
Yeah,
got
I'm going
Chargers.
I'm going
Go
Chargers.
Chargers.
I'm going Chargers, but I am not comfortable going Chargers. If I'm a betting
Same.
person, I am not betting with the Chargers in any game whatsoever. Anything Chargers related, I'm like, dude, what's gonna happen? I have no idea. I don't want to touch it.
Where's the flag?
So America's team versus the New England Patriots in Dallas.
Oh,
I'm
Cowboys.
gonna go Cowboys. Yeah.
yeah, Cowboys.
Okay. Cardinals, Niners. I'm going Niners.
Let's go Cardinals, pass or not. But no, the 49ers are going to absolutely annihilate that.
Cardinals are rolling high right now, baby. I got cards. Give me the cards.
Shots.
That's what drunk Mike would say, but I'm not drunk, so give me the Niners.
That's why he's so grumpy tonight.
I know. I'm
Alright.
drunk.
Another lopsided game. Chiefs, Jets for Sunday Night Football.
Chiefs. Oh, great. That's going to be awesome.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we're not
it's
going to hear
Chiefs
the
running
end
for
of that
though.
game.
What are you talking, bro? Taylor Swift, almost Aaron Rodgers, and Pat. They're going to talk about Aaron Rodgers playing Patrick Mahomes more than they're going to talk about that actual game that's being played.
Yep.
And I'm going to be playing video games.
All right. I'm going to go last one here. Seahawks, Giants. This is going to be in New York.
I feel like it's a Giants win somehow.
Okay.
I feel like it's not.
Geno Smith going against his old team for a minute.
Yep. Tried to write him off, but he did it right back.
He was on the Giants, right? I'm not smoking crack.
Jets.
Yeah, I know he was on the Jets, but was he also on the Giants?
No, you're thinking of Tyrod Taylor.
No. Who else was Geno on then?
Let's
Because
see.
it wasn't just the Jets.
Bills.
No,
Was he not on the Bills? I thought he was on the
I don't
Bills.
think
too.
so.
He could have been the Giants. Let's see.
Geno Smith. He has played for the Jets. Oh, he was on the Giants for 1 year in 2017.
Let's
Yeah.
go. Let's go.
He literally, he probably played like one game.
Yeah,
I'm gonna be honest with you here.
that's what I'm saying, though. Okay.
He threw 212 yards and 1 touchdown.
There you go. Against his old team,
Dude, he literally had to play 1 year. Hold on, let me pull this up.
he didn't write
Yeah,
back.
he played
So
He still did not write back.
I'm going to go Seahawks here. I think the Giants are... They're not as bad as the first game, but I do think that the Seahawks are better. And thankfully, we only have one Monday Night Football game next week.
He played in 2, started 1.
Okay. See,
Wow.
I'm not as dumb as you
Pull
might
that out of
think.
your ass. I'm not saying you were dumb. I was like, he not played for the Giants.
Yeah. But that's...
No, Tyrod Taylor did.
Anyone else, Gage, did you see Giants on this one?
I'll take the Seahawks because they're the
Yeah.
better. I just feel like this is a Giants win somehow. Like I don't think like the Seahawks are dramatically better than the Giants by any means, and the Giants are at home and they've been needing something. I just feel like it's going to be one of those crappy games, and the Giants somehow pull it out.
That's fair. But, Mikey, did you say Seahawks as well?
I'm going Seahawks because
Okay.
Gio didn't write back, bruh.
Well, that locks it in for our predictions for Week 4. If you have any disagreements or any other thoughts or comments, please drop those in below. Also, like and subscribe if you haven't already.
Justin Fields sucks.
Justin Fields sucks. And any last words here, guys, from the crowd?
If you're a Broncos fan, meet me in the comments. I want that smoke again.
The Cleveland Browns have the best defense in football. And Myles Garrett is better than T.J. Watt and Michael
No.
Parsons.
No.
Really? I'm sorry. Do you see anyone else doing what they need to do to block Myles Garrett? TJ Watt lines up on the outside and they're like, yeah, we'll throw one person at him. He'll get there 20% of the time, but, nothing else to worry about. Bro, they're literally chasing him. They're triple teaming him before the play even starts.
That's before whatever you're talking about.
Yeah, I'm talking about the eye test. Myles Garrett is the best player in football.
Anyways, if you stuck to the end, we appreciate you. We're a small YouTube channel trying to grow, so anything you can do helps us out. Other than that, peace out. Hope you enjoy Week 3. Hope you enjoy Week 4 coming up. But other than that, deuces.
4? Deshaun Watson?
Oh my
Week 4?
gosh.
Oh,
24.
Nick Chubb sucks.
All right, peace out, deuces.
Bye.